All right, so I am in Bay St. Louis. I just had some, we'll say, brunch. Getting ready to drive. Straight ahead, about 100 yards, is a highway that goes along the coast. I'm going to follow that about 10 miles east to Gulfport and then jump up to the interstate again. Only because this highway is one of those where there's stoplights and stuff every mile or so, and I just don't want to do a lot of stopping and going. So just thought you guys might like to come with me on this little bit of the trip. I don't know if I'll record the whole 10 miles or not. Just, sorry, I was getting a lot of noise from the trailer. I don't know if it was the retaining chains catching on the ground because it was I was in a particular angle or what. But anywho, I don't know if I'll record the whole 10 miles. It really depends on what it looks like. But as you can see ahead, right here off to the right is the highway I'm talking about. Stoplights, traffic. It's about 10 miles, but I doubt I'll get above 40 miles an hour at best. So, you know what? I'm gonna go in here and come back around. So I can do this a little bit better. I'm actually going to pause this until the light turns green. Oop. So we are going. So one of the things I noted to a patron at the cafe I just had breakfast at was how much this looks like and has the ambiance of my hometown in Florida. Like everything just screams my hometown. I mean, some of the businesses have different names, obviously, but the architecture, the trees, the way people dress just screams of my hometown. So amazing. So yeah, we're gonna go up over this bridge, go over the bay. Should be fun. But yeah, I could easily be driving through Brevard County, Florida right now. And this is the prettier part. The part that I drove to get to the cafe was very strip mall-y, is the best way to put it. Lots of strip malls with small businesses and chain businesses. Beach Boulevard Scenic Byway. I'm not going Scenic Byway right now. Although this park off to the right-hand side looks kind of interesting. I wonder if there's a parking area. Well, I don't wonder if there's a parking area anymore. I'm not seeing a parking area. And we are on the Bay St. Louis. Now, off to the right is south, and that would be the Gulf of Mexico out there. So yeah. We have some bridges like this over a lagoon back home. We'll roll up that window. I'm not going to keep the window rolled up too much because it is hot and I don't have AC. But we have bridges like this back home in Brevard County, but they're not as long because while we have a lagoon that we go over, it's not as wide as this bay. But yeah, very, very, very similar. Like if I went to sleep in Brevard County and woke up here, I don't know if I'd notice the difference right away. It is about noon 40. It's still the 17th of December, I believe. Got your rich people houses up here, people who can afford to live on the water, pay those exorbitant insurance costs, and rebuild their house every couple of years. Yeah, again, Gulf of Mexico out there, but you can't see it because you're facing straight. And we're slowing down to 45. Definitely feeling that heat and humidity in here. You can't see it, but the house on the stilts over here. We don't see that a lot back home. There's a couple of houses here and there that have it. But I do see that a lot here on the Gulf side. Like Galveston had a lot of houses on stilts. Or maybe not Galveston proper, but outside of Galveston. And here's a beach, obviously, but I don't see where people park. Because off to the right-hand side, there's loading and unloading right here. But I don't see any parking lots anywhere. I see some giant mansions to my left. And there's a house on stilts, at least 12 feet high. Right lane closed ahead. Whew. I'm definitely going to have to open a window here shortly. But yeah. No, we're going slow enough. I'm going to open a window. I know there's going to be some air noise, and I apologize, but I'm burning up. Again, I don't have AC, so... In Colorado, it's not a big deal because it's so dry. You know, you don't get swamped with the humidity or the humid air. But down south here, it's obviously humid. And that means, you know, it just builds up inside. The sun's hitting the windshield. You know, it's building up heat inside. The humidity has nowhere to go. It's not evaporating. So it just settles on you. It's very uncomfortable. It looks like they're doing some kind of work here. I thought maybe they were doing like just repairing a sidewalk or something, but I wonder if they're building like breaks or something or dunes to try and control the storm surges. But again, there's a parking lot right here for people to use the beach. But I don't see any parking lots like to the left or anything for people who, you know, like for large scale beach usage. But again, I don't know how often people come down to the beach here. Well, I grew up in Florida. People are always at the beach. You can go there at 4 o'clock in the morning. There's going to be people there. You can go there at 9 o'clock at night. There's going to be people there. But here, you can obviously see there's not a lot of people here. I don't see any fishermen. There's obviously nobody in the water. There's no surf. So there's no surfers. Looks like we got some piers and stuff. There's a hat on a mound. Sorry, that mound was had the hat on top. Somebody put eyes and a smile and a couple of branches for arms, and it was like a Christmas southern snowman. It was hilarious. All right, I'm assuming sooner or later I'll see a sign that says, you know, interstate this way. Luckily for me, this road parallels the interstate, I think, all the way to Florida. So if I miss a turn, there'll be other opportunities. Another house on a stilt, or condos on a stilts. Oh, I'm in something called Pass Christian. Yeah, we still got a couple miles to go. More beaches. I mean, the beaches look amazing. I don't know what the water's like, but I mean, there's no dirt, there's no garbage. Sorry, litter's a huge pet peeve. Ooh, I got the hiccups. Litter is a huge pet peeve of mine. So when I look over here and I see no litter, I am like amazed. Like nowhere along in this parking, unloading, loading zones on the beach, I don't see any discarded anything. It's awesome. So either Public Works is very good about keeping it clean, or the people here respect their beach a lot, and they don't allow it to get dirty. Either way, I respect it, because I do not like litter. Had a guy at the cafe. I was like, yeah, you know, once the clouds cleared up and the fog cleared away, because it was foggy this morning, it feels nice. I mean, I can still feel the humidity because, you know, I'm not used to the humidity, but it feels nice. I was like, this is actually quite decent. And he was telling me that this summer was miserable, that they were hitting 100-degree days with all the humidity that accompanies that, living this close to the ocean. And I was like, wow, that had to be miserable. And he goes, yeah, it was not fun. Still got the mansions off to the left, because, you know, rich people have to have their views. But yeah, you can see them doing work on the beach there. I'm kind of curious what's happening. Are they just grading it? Is that common, or are they doing something that, like I said, to kind of prevent flooding, or to prevent surges from washing up over the road? And those properties are pretty high over there. I'd say they're about 15 to 20 feet above sea level. So I don't know if it's getting that high, unless it's like a full-blown Cat 5. But yeah. I mean, as much as I don't want to live in Mississippi, I could actually see myself like moving to a place like this for a little while. You know, barring, of course, it being miserable in the summertime. It's an old 70s Camaro over there with like 4-foot diameter tires and a 6-foot lift. Maybe not a 6-foot lift, but like the car is like 6 foot above the ground. That's some southern rednecky stuff right there. So yeah, saw some people on the beach a moment ago. That lady was out for a walk. I'm going to tilt the camera if I can so you can see more of the water. There we go. the left. But yeah. You know what I mean? Like in Florida, there'd be families and surfers and, you know, bored teenagers, whatever, over here doing, you know, hanging out at the beach. So, kind of curious. Oh, look, there's a Walmart across the street from the beach. You can't see it, but it's there. Now we're in Long Beach. And this house, oh my gosh, those stilts have to be 20 feet tall. Wow. Now it looks like some kind of refinery thing up here. That might be Gulfport. Because I did see, when I was looking at a map at that cafe, that Gulfport has a huge commercial area. So, yeah. Some of these houses are like on 20-foot stilts. You know, like this blue one over here, if the truck gets out of the way. And this yellow one. Kind of curious if they changed the building codes. Because a lot of times, you know, governments, local governments want to go back to normal as quickly as possible. So they just say rebuild, rebuild, rebuild. But I'm wondering if they installed building codes on some of these, you know, within like a mile of the ocean. Or even a couple, you know, half a mile or a quarter mile, whatever. See, there's somebody at the beach. But yeah, sometimes they'll do that if they're forward thinking. They're like, yeah, we can't afford this every time it happens. We need to build these homes hurricane proof. So they change the building codes to say if you're rebuilding, you have to build like this. And I'm wondering if they did that at any of the storms in the last 20 years. Because most of the buildings that are higher, especially the 20-footers, look fairly new. Some of these, like this one's maybe 8 to 10 feet up. That one might have been a little older, but our storms have gotten more powerful as the planet's heated up. So I want to say we're entering Gulfport, or we're getting close to it anyway. This probably be a real fun place to do some photography. Long Beach Harbor. Okay, so we're still in Long Beach. Dang, if I would have known there was a big parking lot there, I might have pulled over. But I have no idea how to get back. Oh, maybe if I can I turn here? I might do that. Let's do this. Because I do not know, and I'm just kind of winging it. Willie's live bait and tackle. Grr. There's a restaurant up there. Okay. Got some volleyball courts. All right. So now I'm heading west again, but I'm just going over here to this parking lot. no overnight parking signs everywhere. Wonder how strictly that's enforced, because where I come from, like I said, you can find people at the beach at all hours because you got people that go night fishing. Hell, when I was a kid, we went night surfing. You know, brought a whole new level, a whole new depth to everything. So yeah, I think I'm gonna park and maybe walk around with the camera for a minute. That seems reasonable, right? I didn't see anything about paying. And I think this van over here is a van lifer. So, all right, that's it for the tour at the moment, and I will check in with you guys later.